you want me to read this first or read this
Sure.
after? First?
Okay. We're live.
Oh, hello.
So we decided we'd read this first and then go on. So let's go ahead and read this. So we want to let everyone know that Perfecting Holiness Deliverance Ministries will have a community youth day, and that will be held next Saturday, the 28th at 2 p.m. They're asking to elevate your community. Start the day with a meet and greet youth breakfast at 10 a.m. Then join us at Eastside Charter School Sports Field at 2 p.m. Admission is free. There will be face painting, moon bounce, 3-on-3 basketball,
Nice.
obstacle courses, field games, special guest singers and recording artists, free food, games, prizes, and more. Youth groups are invited. Melissa T will be there. Aaron Harris will be there. The Union will be there. We know them.
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
And there's also some other stuff going on. There's a youth conference leading up to that Thursday on June 26th. There's workshops at noon. Also on Friday the 27th, they'll having a workshop at noon. And there's a worship service at 7:30 on both nights. And Elder Jonathan Howell and Minister Erica Langston will be there. So for more information, you can call 384-8045 or email PHD Ministries Incorporated. That's Perfecting Holiness Deliverance Ministries Incorporated at Comcast.net. And without further ado, hi you guys.
Hello and welcome everybody.
Thank you for having us.
You're very
We appreciate
welcome.
it.
So we have Jonathan, we have Shannon, we have Regina, we have Jennifer, we have our pastors, we have Bishop. Hi everybody.
Hello again.
Man.
So tell us a little bit about, we'll start with the youth portion and then we'll go
Okay.
on to Perfecting Holiness.
Okay. So we thank you for having us on the show once again. It's a pleasure to be here. As was mentioned, we are having our youth conference this week, so we're hoping to have a great turnout from the Riverside, Northeast communities, especially because that's where we're located,
Yes.
off of 3016 Governor Prince Boulevard. We're also hoping to have people come from Wilmington, Newark, wherever you live. Anyone who knows some of the artists, local artists that we're having, they're coming from New Jersey, Philly, and also Maryland. So we're planning to just do a community outreach and also with our youth services, just talk to the youth about elevating their mindset and reaching their destiny in God. We believe that every young person, every person in general, actually, they have a God-given purpose and destiny. And today you see a lot of young people, they're living out a dream, but they're not living on purpose.
Right.
And when you just live or follow a dream and not your purpose, you live on accident. You don't live with intention. You live just to see what will be. And sometimes you live with hope instead of expectation. So we want children and these young people that come out, we want them to live with expectation, knowing that, look, what God has given me, even as I heard your previous guest, Pastor Parker, was talking about, living with intention, saying, look, God has placed something within me and I'm going to live based on the gifts that God has given me, and also to bring about an eternal or divine purpose that God has in store for me. So that's pretty much our theme for the conference. We have a number of exciting events that are going on that week, and I'm pleased to have my sisters and also our workshop coordinator, our special events coordinator, Regina Harris, and also our registrar, Jennifer Howe, and they're going to also talk about some of the things that are going on this week.
Okay.
So I'm Shannon Howe, I'm the education coordinator. In terms of the workshops, we will be having those on Friday. That starts at 12 o'clock to 1:30 p.m. And they're going to be so great. They're going to be very exciting. They'll be interactive. We have them split up into 3 different age groups, and our first age group is 7 through 10, that's Elevate Your Gifts. And the second age group is 11 through 13, that's Elevate Your Mentality. The third group is Elevate Your Ambitions, and that's 14 through 17. So they're going to be really great, very interactive. You won't just have one person just kind of lecturing kids all day, but it'll be a lot of movement, a lot of artistic elements. So they're just going to be a really, really, really good workshop. Most of them are centered around, or all of them actually, are centered around just teaching them along of what he was saying, just exploring your different gifts and your ambitions to find out really how to find your destiny in God. So I'm really excited. Also, it will be catered by Chick-fil-A, so you don't want to miss something great like that. It'll be really good food and you'll be taken care of. So I'm just really excited about these workshops.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful idea to get children. If you, my sister does that. My niece and nephew are homeschooled, and Fridays they get to explore things and find out, whether it's art or archaeology or whatever it is, history. That's their day to do something, to find out what God put inside them that's supposed to be nurtured so it can grow. So, Regina, would you like to share?
Yeah, like our elder had mentioned, I am the special events coordinator, and I know you read the flyer that definitely for Saturday, which is our community day, which is the big, closing finale, that will have many activities and events for all ages, and that's the moon bounce, like you mentioned, obstacle courses. Those are personal games that we put together, allow the kids to go have fun, just participate in different things. We're going to have kickball, the game 3-on-3. We can't forget about our face painting for the kids. We're definitely going to have our arts and crafts. We have a carnival station where toss like little bean bags or something like that. Little pick up the ducks for the little kids. So we want all the kids to be able to have something for their age group. And we just want everybody to come out and have fun, because I know our church, we're about going outside of the four walls. We want the community to become part of our family and allow us to become part of their family. And we're big on that, and we just want to stress that it's free. Everything is free. Free food, free water, ice, free everything, free water, free drinks. We're going to make sure everyone is hydrated, but also enjoying themselves. And we can't forget about the free music, the good time, having the music, just come together and fellowship. And that's the big thing we want to put out, and just show the love. And like he said, elevate, go find your talent, find your gifts. We want to show them what it is to live right for Christ, but also, just giving them a chance to, build that friendship in that community. We want to strengthen our community. We have to strengthen our community if we want to do better and want a better generation.
And Jennifer, last but not least.
Yes, hello everyone. I am the program and registrar coordinator. So that means, how do you get signed up for this wonderful event? You may be asking what's going on. Simply just call the number, which is 302-384-8045, or you can reach out to us through email, which is phdministriesinc@comcast.net. And once you send that to us, you get a response. I'll send something back to you with the registration form. Now, the registration form, as I stated before, in the other program, it's very easy. I mean, as an ABC, it takes approximately less than 2 minutes. What you'll do is simply sign your name, and at the bottom of it, you'll check off your events or activities that you would like to participate in. So once you send that to us, we'll sign you up and be ready for it to receive you. Just a reminder, this is a great thing, that for the Friday workshops, you get a free t-shirt. So just like this, which is Elevate. So it's really cool. You'll also get wristbands that says Elevate the Community. It's very open and welcome. We welcome everyone. Say if you can't get to the computer or phone, all are welcome. We'll still accept you there. So we're really excited about the event.
And going back to the Thursday and Friday, you also have Jonathan, you'll be speaking, and then Minister Eric Langston.
Yes.
Is that, what about the worship service at night?
We'll be having those two worship services. Again, they'll start at 7:30, as you mentioned. All are welcome to come and fellowship and worship with us. So we'll have our praise and worship and devotion. We will have a brief program. Actually, our choir will be singing from our church, and we're believing that Minister Eric Langston, he may be bringing some people down with him. He's actually from Love Fellowship Tabernacle up in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. I believe the bishop is Hezekiah Walker. So we're glad to have him come down and minister. And we hope that you will come out actually and join us. We like to have fun. We're very much a lively group of young people. I guess we're not too young anymore. We're going to keep calling ourselves young people, but we're out of master's programs and everything. So it's we'll just keep calling ourselves young people. But we like to have fun, and we believe that just because you're a Christian and you're a young person doesn't mean that you're bound. Christ is all about freedom. So we like to have fun. So even at our worship services, we're inviting you to come out, participate. We will have testimony and praise service. So anyone who wants to give their personal testimony about what Christ has done for them, or even if you want to sing a song, definitely get up We might not let you just jump on the instruments. You know, we want to we got to know you got a little bit of talent. We know God is working out some gifts.
Yeah.
He's working out those gifts, but we want to test those out before we throw you on there.
Right.
But we definitely invite you to come out and participate in the worship services. So the speakers and preachers that night, again, myself and Minister Eric Langston, we're hoping to encourage the youth to live on purpose, you know, to find out what their God-given destiny is. I know the Bible says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning. And it says better is the person who is not proud in spirit. So what you want to do is just kind of submit your life to God and say, you know what, Lord, I know I'm here, but what am I here for? And I think we spend a lot of the time of our lives trying to find out what our purpose is and never just take a moment and say, you know, God,
I'm just going to ask you.
why don't I just ask you? You created me.
You know, you said something when we first were going down the line and you introduced yourself. You said something that was so powerful, and I think it was so important it should be repeated. You mentioned about how when you're in your purpose, you can expect the thing, but if you're not, so would you restate that, how you said that?
Yes, I think I was trying to contrast hope and expectation.
Exactly.
And
Please,
yes.
just if you remember how you said it, say it
I'll
again.
try to.
That's okay, because we got a dub.
Yeah.
There we go.
but if he can recount it,
But
somebody at home might have missed
I believe it was the point that many times we follow a dream instead of following purpose. And when you follow a dream, you hope that the dream comes to pass. But when you follow your purpose, you can expect it to be so, because that is the whole reason you were put here on this earth.
Thank you, my brother. Because
Thank you.
I've been thinking about that. I said, wow,
That's powerful,
deep.
yeah.
And what you two just said, Shauna, you guys were like, just ask him.
Just ask him.
And you know, we're going to discuss with our pastors who are here also tonight. We're going to talk about, you know, connecting and being obedient to the Holy Spirit, and give you a real life demonstration of just how things work when you're a child of God and you're a believer and He has His hand on you and you're willing to submit to His will and direction.
You want to talk about now or in a second?
Oh, we can keep it flowing now.
Okay,
but
okay. All right. I was going to say something about what we were talking about with hopes and dreams, but I forgot what it was.
I'm
so
sorry about
it's
that.
okay. It's all right. It's all right. I was looking over the guest information sheet, and one of the points was that you'll have community leaders from schools, civic organizations, businesses, churches, nonprofit agencies. Are there any that you'd like to talk about, or?
Definitely.
Yes, we're so grateful to have coming with us Dr. Lamont Brown, who is the principal of the Eastside Charter School. He's going to come. The mayor was going to come, but he's going to be out of town. So he sent a representative, the director of Parks and Recreation. He's going to be with us. And they're just going to say a few words just to encourage the young people and the parents and the families and the community. We want them to know that we are there for them, and their community leaders are there for them as well. We've asked a lot of youth groups to come, so a lot of churches have responded. But our special guests, we call them, are children and parents from the foster care community. Our church is partnering with DFS, a Division of Family Services, and a lot of private foster care agencies, and we are asking them to bring their children out. We want to be a blessing to them. And this whole event actually is so that we can do more for even those young people that's in the foster care arena, so to speak. We hope to be ministering to them in a program, and I'm kind of going on the tangent a little bit.
Go for it.
We hope to be ministering to them sometime this summer, late fall, in another program that's called RISE. It's Reaching Independence and Self-Empowerment. And we want to help foster care children that are aging out of foster care. We understand that between 80 and 100 children age out of foster care, meaning they're turning 18. And in the state of Delaware, when you turn 18, all your privileges as far as that you receive through foster care are really terminated. So we're trying to be that support to them, to help them to make that transition. into adulthood. And so this event is so we can get to know young people in the foster care community. And we have ties. Our daughter here, Jennifer, she actually works with DFS, I believe. And we all, in certain capacities, work with foster care kids, special needs kids. She's also an educator, a teacher, and she works with special needs kids. And so we're basically trying to reach out in all areas and be available wherever God wants us to be, the young, the older. So this event helps us to support them in that manner. So we want to make their day, make their wishes if we can. So we're going to have a lot of children, young adults, youth, and parents from the foster care community as well at this event.
That's awesome.
That's very important, because I think that we lose sight of that. I mean, for whatever little bit I know about foster care, I certainly didn't realize that. I mean, what do you do when you turn 18 and you're just cut off, you know?
Absolutely, yes. And some of the, well, statistically, some of them they don't continue in school, or they may be victims of crimes and different things because they don't have that lead off, that help, that support, as maybe a family that have parents in there that can help them go into college or help them make their decisions of where they want to go. When all their resources are cut off, they're just basically on their own. So we don't want to just say, okay, call this number, do this. We want to actually take them by the hand, but let them know you're an adult now. We want to help you to transition into adulthood in a good way. We want to support you and lift you up. So you won't be a victim of crime. So you won't be homeless or unemployed. And that's some of the things that they run into.
You have a Christly support system here, just so they know that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the howls, can we explain how? Because there's howls all abound, and I'm just, so who is everyone to everyone?
Okay.
Papa Hal.
Well, I guess since I started the howl thing. Actually, this is my oldest son, Jonathan.
Okay.
This is my youngest child, my daughter, Shannon. So as brothers and sisters, this is my child. I claim her as my child. Her last name is Harris. She's not a Howl, but she's a Howl. Yes, Regina Harris Howl. That's what we call her at church. And this is my son's wife, Jennifer. So that's why you have a lot of howls.
Okay.
That's why you have a lot of howls.
We're glad for all the howls.
Yes, we are. Now, before we run out of time, can we talk about how you met?
Yeah. I really think that at home you can relate to this story I'm about to share with you about, number one, how In the Upper Room was able to be blessed to book the house on the program tonight. And God is amazing. Shauna, I went to Unity Day, which was put on, by
Mr. Bourne.
T. Warren and his group. And when I got to Unity Day, it was a hot day outside. Our own Abin was there filming and photographing, so he was sweating it out. I was sweating it out. Darius was there. He was sweating it out. And so we walked around, and it was funny because I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. But God moved, and I ended up there on Unity Day. And when I got there, one of the first people I saw was Pastor Howe. And she had a flyer. And we looked at each other, and we were like, And so we connected, and she said, "You're not going to believe this. I just sent an email, confirming that we were going to be on the program."
Oh, nice.
And so I was like, "Wow!" So we networked and connected. All right. So then Unity Day continued on, and I decided, the heat was getting the better of me. So I said, "Let me go ahead and leave and go home." That was my intention. So I go and pull out of the area, and instead of taking a left to head towards Wilmington, I ended up, the Holy Spirit said, take a right. And I said, I don't live that way, I live that way.
Holy Spirit knows where you live.
I know, right? So then I don't know what I'm doing, because there was no plan down that way for me, so I thought. So I rode for a couple of blocks, and he said, hang a left. And I did. Now, this might sound corny to you guys, but this is a true story. I made the left, and then I saw a car in the middle of the street there, and the light was green. I was like, yeah, what's going on up here? So as I get closer, I see pastors right there. And they're standing like in front of this car, and first I thought it was their car. So I said, "You guys all right?" And then you were like, "No, this isn't us. We just saw and we pulled over." So I pulled over, and then I got out. I walked over, and I looked inside the car, and there were these three. Was it three young? Oh, I'm sorry if it's two or three young people inside this car.
Wow.
And it's hot outside, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
And their car won't start. And pastor's trying to check the oil and banging on this, and nothing happening. So I go to the store and try to get some water for it. They didn't have gallon jugs, so we bought three bottles of water.
Oh, wow.
I poured the first bottle in, it took that. I poured the second bottle in, it took that. I poured the third bottle in, and it went perfectly to the top.
Yeah.
And I put the top on, and we still couldn't get it started. Then up pulls a brother in a drop top Mercedes, right?
Yeah.
And he says, "You guys need some help?" And we say, "Well, we're trying to get this car started." So, do you guys want to join in on this story? Because you guys were there.
Well, I actually I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not a real mechanic, and then when I did think I was a mechanic, that was a long time ago when the cars was much simpler.
Yeah.
But my wife was actually driving, so she saw them and actually at the light and didn't realize that they were stuck. And when she realized they were stuck, that the car wasn't working, she came back, kind of backed up, and to see what they needed or if we could help them. And I think it's important. I thank God for my wife. She has a big heart. And not that I wouldn't have stopped, but I know that sometimes we get really busy in life. And how many times have we driven past somebody who was broke down and stuck on the side of the road? And that's just the way we are in life.
Yes.
But thank the Lord that we didn't have that busy spirit that day.
Amen.
and that we had enough within us to stop and offer some help, and see what, and she saw that they were two young girls, and she's like, "Get out the car and see what you can do." So I did, like you said, I did what I could, and you came along and you added yours to it too. But when Brother Lathan came along,
Lathan,
I knew he was doing when he pulled the toolbox out of his back of his thing. He had a bag of tools, and I said, "This brother know what he's doing. Let's get out of his way."
And he stepped up and he went down there, checked it out, did a bit, fixed it, showed the young lady what was wrong. Gone.
They were on their way.
On their way.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's awesome. We do have to wrap it up, but I realized I did not read the address. So these events on Thursday the 26th, Friday the 27th are at 3016 Governor Prince Boulevard in Wilmington. And once again, the number that you can call to register is 384-8045, or you can email phdministriesinc@comcast.net. And like they said, if you don't have email, if you're not computer savvy, come anyway, right?
Just show up.
Well, thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Howells, honorary Howell. We want to thank you all for coming, and stick around afterwards. We'll talk a little bit about some stuff. Okay?
Sounds great.
And we're going to say goodnight to you. Dave is waving, so I know we got to wrap it up.
Thanks, everybody,
Good night,
for
everyone.
watching.
Thanks for watching. Thank you, Abin. Thank you, Keisha. We'll see you all next time. Next week, actually.
Yes.
We'll be back. Have a good week, everyone.